as they get that in the water, which won't take very long, then Mr. Brown will get in, get strapped in, get hooked up to the radio, get his air supply hooked up, and we will await our countdown. We talked a little bit about some of the safety features that we have, and they come into play. They took care of our driver yesterday because of that. It takes a little bit longer to get in a capsule boat because you've got belts that need to be tightened down. You have to make sure you've got them set properly, crossed the way they need to, and then they all interlock in one spot. In your lap, you have an oxygen supply that needs to be hooked up, turned on, and also your radios, and you need to do a radio check to make sure your radio person has communication. It all takes a little bit of time, not a lot of time, and some people are quicker at it than others. Some can be a little pokey and but not something I will ever give anybody grief about, simply because without that margin of safety, we get ourselves into trouble. And the driver has to be set and ready when they count down. So Mr. Brown will get in, and his crew will assist him. I see him he's on the boat right now, it looks like. And we'll be getting down in the capsule and get those belts pulled on, get them cinched up. And if you've ever watched NASCAR on TV, you see them. They get in, and then they strap them in, and then everybody does one last tug on the belts. Want to make sure they are actually almost to an uncomfortable position before you go. They're that tight. Once you start to drive, if they are a little bit uncomfortable, you're not going to notice it. You go and are in a position where they come into play in an incident. They may bruise you. They may make you red. You could have sore ribs like somebody does this weekend here, and I'm not talking about Katie. But they save your bacon. There's no question about that. They are a great asset. And as much as I would love to see the driver in the open air, I understand and appreciate what the capsules have done, the safety that they brought. And you can thank Ron Jones and Ron Jones Jr. Budweiser, Jeff Neff. Jeff was brother-in-law of Dean Chenoweth, and after Dean's unfortunate death at Tri-Cities many years ago in the Griffin Bud, they put a bubble on top of one, and they ran that boat a bit, and then they brought the T1 out after that, and Scotty Pierce drove the boat for a while. Not real successful, but that was the first of the true safety cells in a boat. And then Ron Jones and Ron Jones Jr. went on search for F-16 fighter plane canopies and struggled with getting those. Finally were able to get some. Some of them were blems, what they call blemishes in the beginning, and now they have, I know of an outfit back east that makes the glass pieces for the capsules. I know Dave Cossette is doing that with the wingnet boat, his E350. Those do need to be replaced from time to time, but the evolution of the capsules has gone full circle with where they were. They started out with a vacuum form plexiglass bubble to an F-16 fighter lid to individual pieces now of the same material uh, that are not actually from a fighter plane. So, uh, as I say, quite the quite the process. Uh, have different types of safety capsules. You have reinforced cockpits. You have open cockpits. Uh, you do not race open cockpit boats other than the flat bottoms and Jersey speed skiffs. And you run cracker box, sportsman entry, SA. Jersey speed skiff is required to run a roll cage. So other than that, you want to run K-Racing Runabout, it runs a capsule. And it's simply the speed they go and the seriousness.
350. The clock is set at 4:10, 9.
The actual heat, it goes green again until the final lap, and it will go white. At that point, they will come down. When they cross the finish line, they will get a checkered flag. If they're close, they will also bring out a black flag at that point, which means proceed around and head to the pits at reduced speed. If not, they will continue to hold a white or checkered flag for those that are yet to finish. Sometimes boats have to run extra laps or have been passed and have not run all their laps. At the end of their heat, they will be given that black flag as well, which means return to the pits. All right. Well, that would look to be Mr. Jeff Bernard on the inside. Chris Bertram outside in the Cheetah, the 57. Rochelle Hill in Hill Family Racing, the E46. That is a Carrollson hull, and it is a wood boat. And that is Mr. Kip Brown in the E20 JJW Racing as well. Justin Weymouth, Weymouth Family Racing, Strong Racing, your sponsors. Weymouth family, the owners of the boat. All right. Looks like the Cheetah going to cut the course.